This video is brought to you by Paperlike. The perfect drawing app is one that meets an artist's every need and provides them with all the creative tools to bring their ideas to life. But while there are some apps that can do this, there are some that are so bad that Nuba says this app made them worse at drawing. How is that even possible? But there's a saying that goes something like, it's not the app, it's the artist. So today, I wanted to see if it's actually possible to make good art on one-star drawing apps, or if they're truly as bad as Nuba says. Spoiler alert, Nuba might be correct. So, let's find some one-star apps. And here we are in the App Store. So it only makes sense to go and type in drawing, right? There we go. And damn, these apps are actually really high rated. Damn, almost 5 stars for Procreate. We got 4 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars again. 5 stars of 21,000 reviews, what? So I quickly realized that I had to scroll a lot to get past all the good drawing apps. So I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled until finally, there they were. The one-star drawing apps. The absolute worst apps available in the App Store, plagued with reviews that are begging for help? What am I getting myself into? But I then searched and gathered the rest of the one-star apps that we'll be reviewing throughout the video, which progressively get worse and worse. And that left us with just one last thing to do before we start drawing. Wait, what? What is that? This is a paper-like screen protector, and as its name suggests, it makes your iPad screen have the feel and texture of actual paper. So to give these apps the best chance of providing a satisfying experience, we're going to be using it while we draw. Starting out with Hypersketch. Now this app has a 1-star rating on the App Store and literally has 1 review with no text in it. So I reckon we gotta put it to the test. Alright, and here we go. Ooh, welcome to Hypersketch, okay. Wait, whoa, this is actually like a lot of tools. We have our layers here, eyedropper tool, an eraser, all of these different fine liners and brushes, damn. Some transformation tools, an AI button, but we are not using this because I hate AI. And some other brush customization things, like damn, this looks pretty sick. So I then messed around with the brushes and features of the app to see what we had to work with. Now, to be honest, there were not a big variety of brushes, with there only being 6 in total, and the pressure sensitivity was very limited, as you can see here. But there was one feature that really surprised me. For some reason, Hypersketch's pencil brush was actually extremely good, and it literally felt just as good as the professional art apps I've used. It had good pressure sensitivity, a nice texture, and it felt like an actual pencil. Not bad, Hypersketch. So now that I was familiar with the features of the app, I made a new canvas and tried making a fully color drawing of Sukuna. The pencil brush was super nice and I had no problems while sketching. The layers worked well even though there were only 4 of them. Only 2 of the brushes were actually useful for coloring, but they did the job, and drawing genuinely felt pretty good. So with that, I present to you my first artwork on a 1-star app, Sukuna. I was super surprised with how this came out. I was starting to think that maybe 1-star apps aren't that bad. So my final star rating for Hypersketch is 3 out of 5. So I went to the App Store and gave Hypersketch a nice review. Little did I know that the next app was going to be way worse. Next up we have 32. Now, this app has a 2-star rating, but is actually a pixel art drawing app. I've never tried pixel art in my life, so I'm very excited to try this out. But Braston over here had some pretty concerning thoughts. 8 years ago, damn, Braston 3 said very nice design, but the animations when adding pixels make it seem very sluggish and really hard to create art. This sounds like it's gonna be fun. So I got out my Apple Pencil and opened up the pixel art drawing app 32. But straight away, I saw why Braston rated this app 2 stars. Okay, this app is very simple. So down here we have our tools. We got white, gray, dark gray, and black, and that is literally it. This app literally had the least amount of features I had ever seen in a drawing app. Aside from drawing, you could undo and save, and that's all. And I think these were the sluggish animations that Braston was talking about. I don't think I can make art with this. But just when I thought this app couldn't get any worse, it actually did. What is this? Like, can I still draw? What? What is going on? Why am I drawing with squares? Yeah, this is definitely the worst drawing app I've ever used. It's a 1-star from me. But next up we have the app that apparently made Nuba worse at drawing, which is Drawing App How to Draw. Now, this app actually has a really good rating overall with 4.3 stars. Not bad. But it looks like they're hiding something. Because if we go to the App Store and sort the reviews by most critical, there are a lot of 1-star reviews, including Nuba's one. So let's find out the truth of this app. So I wasted no time in opening the app and was instantly greeted with a bunch of tutorials for popular characters. They had superheroes, Ben 10, Minecraft, and they even had Pokemon. So my first impressions were pretty damn good. Now I could tell that this drawing app was probably meant for younger artists learning to draw for the first... Oh, guess I gotta watch an ad. But I still feel like even drawing apps for kids should have more tools than this one did. You couldn't zoom in, there were only 3 brush sizes, and the smallest one was literally so thick. And this made my line work look so bad. But just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, I started getting ads everywhere. There was an ad before starting a new tutorial, and you even get ads while you draw. So although this app didn't make me worse at drawing, it's definitely getting a 1 star from me. App number 4. Now up next we got Draw Quick. Now this app was once again very simple. The only brush we had to work with was the default round brush, which had no pressure sensitivity and no customization options, and 1 eraser. We only had 6 colors to choose from. Oh wait, we have about 30. But thankfully at least this app had a size and opacity slider. But for me, that's all the tools I needed to create a masterpiece. Although the app had no layers, no brushes, and again the app didn't let you zoom in, but it did have an opacity slider and the ability to draw super thin lines. So this allowed me to essentially work as if I was in my actual sketchbook, with the sketch first, then slowly layering the colors on top like I do with markers. And because of the paper-like screen protector I was using, it actually felt like I was in my sketchbook. This screen protector genuinely feels beautiful and completely takes the experience of drawing on your iPad to a whole new level. Just listen to how nice it sounds. But as I added the finishing touches to the background, this artwork was surprisingly really coming together. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I can now present to you Evil Shrimpy drawn on a 1-star drawing app. Wait, hold on. How is this happening? Why are these artworks actually coming out really good? Did I accidentally just find 4 of the most underrated art apps? Or does that mean that the final 4 apps are going to be the worst of them all? I guess there's only one way to find out. Over the next 4 apps, I'll be using them to create one epic final artwork. Each one of the apps will be responsible for one part of the artwork. First sketching, then inking, then coloring, and then the finishing touches. But if an app is so bad that I can't draw with it and have to substitute it, I'll need to give away a paper-like screen protector to one of you guys. So with that, let the challenge begin. The app that we'll be using for the sketch is Learn to Draw with Scott Foster. Now, it literally didn't matter if this app had no coloring features, all we needed was one good pencil. So I opened up a new canvas and, Walter, I think I'm in love with you. The app had a pencil, opacity sliders, a blender, and even a zoom in feature. But you had to pay to use colors, that's crazy. It's okay though, Walter, I respect you trying to chase the bag. Before the sketch, I wanted to make an artwork that continued the story of Evil Shrimpy versus Shrimpy. For those who are new, this is a story that we've been developing on the channel about an epic battle between Shrimpy and his best friend who was corrupted by evil. But a lot of you wanted to know why he was evil in the first place. So in this artwork, I'm gonna answer that question for you guys. Luckily, Walter Foster's app had just enough drawing features to make sketching possible, and although the app was far from perfect, I was happy with how the sketch was looking. So after leaving an honest review for my boy Walter, it was time to do the line work. Now the app that's going to be responsible for our line work is going to be Blackboard Free. Now, this app has a bit of a worrying rating of 2 stars, but take a look at this. On the cover of the app, it has 2 + 3, and that's 5, right? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means maybe this is a 5-star app. Oh no. Chat, I think we're cooked. Okay, maybe it has some good brushes to choose from. We got yellow, no pressure sensitivity. We got our eraser, oh, and it doesn't work. Our background, that doesn't work either. Bro, help! What? Share, save, email? Blackboard Free turned out to be the worst and most unusable art app I've ever tried. So after giving it a very angry review and rating it 1 star, it was time to bring back an old friend. To make sure I could actually make an epic artwork for you guys, I decided to import the sketch we did in Walter's app back into Hypersketch, the very first 1-star app we used. But because I admitted defeat to the Blackboard Free app, that means I'll be giving away a paper-like screen protector to one of you guys. Paper-like is the brand of screen protector I've been using throughout this entire video, and I gotta say, I don't think I can ever go back to drawing without it. It's designed to help you write and draw with greater accuracy, and its nanodot technology creates the perfect amount of friction which mimics the feel of real premium paper while also minimizing wear on your Apple Pencil. And of course, it feels and sounds ridiculously satisfying. Millions of artists around the world already use Paperlike, so if you want to get one for your iPad, the link is in the description. But with that, our line work was complete and it was now time to test the final 1-star apps, and hopefully they had some good coloring features. So I exported the line work from Hypersketch and opened up Doodle Draw You gotta be kidding me. Okay, I knew this app had a 2.6 star rating, but I didn't expect it to have literally no features. We have our drawing tools down here, which honestly look alright, and we don't have to pay to use all the colors. And aside from drawing, all we have is the delete button.
What the? What? And the save button over here. Oh, and the email button.
But Doodlepad literally had no way for us to import our line work from Hypersketch, which unfortunately made the app unusable. Okay, but surely our final app, Scribblify, has some good coloring features. This logo looks colorful, so it's gotta be good, right? So I opened up Scribblify and you won't believe what happened.
What is this app design? This might be our background. Oh, okay. A bunch of different backgrounds. Oh, wait, but can I set the... No way.
Scribblify had the ability to import our line work as the background and also had some of the coolest and most unique brushes I've ever seen. But as I went to lay down the first brush stroke...
What? Why can't I draw? What?
Scribblify only worked when drawing with your fingers.
Oh no. Why is it switching colors? What? Oh, what is happening? No, I can't do this. What is this?
Scribblify had possibly the worst coloring features I've ever seen. But that was our final 1-star app, and because I couldn't make anything with it, I think I gotta give up this challenge.
It's what I'd say if I was a
I would never give up a challenge, and even though some of you might say this is cheating, I decided to use Hypersketch again for the coloring and finishing touches of our artwork. Now, because I've admitted defeat to 3 of our 1-star apps, that also means I'll be giving away 3 Paper Like Screen Protectors to you guys. All you gotta do to enter is be subscribed, comment what iPad you have, and join my art Discord server. We're getting so close to 1 million subscribers, so thank you all for your support. I love you all so much, and I can now present to you the final artwork, The Birth of Evil Shrimpy.